Hello and welcome to the show. This is episode 36 of the Life of Gaming podcast. My name is Jamie and I'll be your captain on this cruise of video game awesomeness. And you all know my co-host, the crazy Brant man, Josh Brant.
Hey man, what's up?
Not too much. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Dude, I just want to point out your awesome appearance on the Work Print podcast. I just listened to.
Thank you.
But how in the world? You said, now wait a second. You said you didn't play Dishonored. Is that correct?
No, never did.
Oh man.
Nope, never did.
James, what is up, man? You need to play that right after this podcast, okay?
Okay. And why? Because of Dishonored 2 coming out? Is
yes,
that why?
and because the first one is one of the best games when it was released ever.
Got it. And I mean, they've got the HD remaster out now, so maybe it's a good time to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and one more thing.
Cool.
You guys were talking about your most anticipated. How could you not include Uncharted 4 or Dark Souls 3? I was yelling I was yelling.
Oh, man. Well, see, part of the problem is I don't have a PlayStation 4. I mean, I love Uncharted, but because I won't be able to play it, at least not in the near future, it's not on my radar right now. Now, you can blame Rob for that.
Oh, I totally blame Rob.
Right. You hear that, Rob? Josh is calling you out. I'm coming for you. Man.
Come on, man. Uncharted 4, Dark Souls 3.
Well, it's not just the two of us. Tonight, we've got Ryan Bremingen with us. Bremy, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good. I've never played Dishonored either.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, wow.
You're kidding
me.
You can get the special, you can get the Xbox One version.
You sure can.
Online, I think.
No,
I bought the HD remaster recently because I love the game so much and I had it for PS3. So go out and buy it.
I'm currently playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is a 70-hour RPG, and my friend just got me Elder Scrolls Online. So I don't know how many other games I'll be able to play. Also, Fast Racing's Neo.
Oh, that looks so good. I really want to pick. Once I get some cash, man, I'm definitely going to pick that up because it's like the spiritual successor to F-Zero. It looks so good.
Here's my fast review of it. It's good. It's hard. If you like F-Zero, get it.
Of course.
It has to be
F-Zero
fast.
on the GameCube, man. That was my favorite. What was the F-Zero GX, I think it was called? That game was awesome. Like, it looked great. It was super fast. I loved it. So good.
Always wanted to play that one.
Well, you guys, we are here for a very special reason tonight. We're approaching the end of we have 3 weeks left in the year. That's it. And the year is over.
Jeez.
So tonight, we're going to talk about our favorite games of the year. Matt couldn't join us tonight. He had a Christmas party tonight and some other stuff going on this weekend, so he couldn't join us. He gave me his list, though. So once we get to that part of the podcast, we'll kind of all talk about that. But before we talk about... Oh, sorry, go ahead, man.
So we're perfectly fine with criticizing his list because he's not here, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's going to be ripped apart, man.
Okay.
Well, but before we talk about our favorite games of the year, let's just start talking what we've been playing now. And Bremy, so we'll start with you tonight, sir. What have you been playing lately?
Xenoblade Chronicles X has been kind of...
And that is it.
Inhabiting my... drop the mic right there. Just Xenoblade Chronicles X, drop the mic. I'm like 15 hours in. Yeah. Still no skills, which from what I heard is perfectly fine.
Right. I was like 30 or 40 hours to get one of those things.
You don't really need them, per se, for right now at least. They don't really have you tackle anything too out of your league.
Yeah.
But, like, and it's... I looked it up. The map is 100 times 50 or 100 times bigger. Somewhere
bigger,
around
bigger,
that.
Bigger.
Oh,
I've heard 5 million times.
I've heard. Well, I just look up the map, and Nintendo claims that's like 100 times bigger than Skyrim. It's like 5 times bigger than Witcher 3.
Yeah.
It's 5 times bigger than Xenoblades, which was Xenoblade Chronicles. Original map was bigger than Skyrim's. I know that.
Xenoblade was so good. I loved Xenoblade. The first one was so good. Did you get the 3DS remake by any chance? Because I didn't.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I may have gotten a new 3DS XL just for that.
Wow. Cool.
Is it a shame, guys, that I have the game for the Wii but only played like an hour?
That is dude, that game, once you get into a few hours into it and you let the story just wash over you with how great it is.
Man, I don't know how I'm ever going to get to it. I really don't.
Dude, honestly, it's going to take you at least 100 hours to get through it. And if you have other things to play.
Oh, yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah. But so, Bremy, anything else you're playing lately, man?
Fast Racing Neo. And I already talked about that. If you like F-Zero, if you like Wipeout, I think, is that the PlayStation version of it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you like Wipeout, if you like F-Zero, you will love this game. It's ridiculously hard. Like, even on easy, you crash once on easy and you're in last place automatically. It's
sounds
brutal,
easy,
but in the best way possible.
Cool. Well, Brant, what about you, man? What have you been up to lately?
Well, last week I hinted at getting Star Wars Battlefront,
yes.
and I have been pretty much playing that and having a blast. I don't understand where all the negative press comes from. Well, I do understand because it is shallow, but it's Star Wars. It looks beautiful. One of the best looking games I've ever seen. It plays fantastic. You know me, I don't like online multiplayer shooters very well, but this has kept my interest, and yeah, I mean, it's just great going back and playing a match here or there between the bigger releases. So,
cool.
Yeah, it's been great.
And I was in the beta for that, so I mean, I played a little bit of it, and I enjoyed it, but once again, I'm kind of like you, Brant. I'm not a big multiplayer shooter person. I'm not a big first-person shooter person, but I mean, I enjoyed it, but I'm not a huge Star Wars fan either. So, I mean, I understand why people love it so much, but for me, not being a big Star Wars fan and not being a big online multiplayer person, I'm just like, it's okay.
Well, what's great about it...
I don't see myself picking it up anytime soon.
Right, what's great about it is it's not hardcore. Like, I can go into it and feel like I scored in the top 3 out of 20 people on my team once, and I never do that on online shooters. And I'm not that good at them, but this one's so casual that you can be good at it. You get a hero token, and then you start slicing people up with Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, and your score just dramatically increases. So yeah, it's been great. I'm having fun
Brant,
with it.
You know what they say?
What's that?
You're not hardcore
unless you
live
live
hardcore.
You're not
hardcore.
hardcore.
The legend of the rent.
Unless you live hardcore. And the legend of the rent is way hardcore.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Jack
when
Black
you said hardcore,
yep.
That was the first thing that popped into my head.
my favorite GIF, whatever it's called,
GIF
that came out of it is Luke Skywalker just getting stepped on by an AT&T.
Oh, that was a good one.
AT-AT.
Yeah,
that was
I'm not a Star Wars person either.
Dude, get it right, man. It's an at. Okay?
At.
Yes.
There you go.
No.
Okay.
Never say that.
Man, everyone listening to this is like, wow, these guys are idiots. They have no idea what they're talking about in Star Wars.
Never say that.
But, except for Brant. Brant knows Star Wars, and Matt really knows Star Wars, but Matt's not here tonight, so
I have to represent the Star Wars crowd.
That's right. You have to represent the Star Wars love.
That's right.
But, by the way, happy birthday, sir. Hopefully you had a good one.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Love me some Oreo cream pie, baby.
Oh, we'll leave it at that. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
But for me, wow, my voice just cracked. For me, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate now.
Oh.
As I mentioned last time in Fallout, remember I got stuck in Fallout and I thought I hit a game-breaking bug. Well, I looked into it, and it was, in fact, a game-breaking bug, and I'm stuck. So it's this bug where if you only go with this one faction, there's this one point in the game where it just gets stuck.
They recently patched it. Did you check?
They did. They did patch it, and I went back and checked, and it's still not there. Because I went and read all the patch notes to see what it fixed, and that problem was not listed on the patch fixes.
Okay.
So hopefully another one comes soon. But since I can't finish that right now, I'm actually playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Oh my gosh. Have you played that yet, Brant?
No.
Oh, dude. Rob has been just talking this game up like crazy, talking about how great it is. And you know me, I used to be a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I kind of fell off with 3. And I never played, was it Rogue on 360? Never played that one. I really enjoyed 4. Actually, for Unity, for what it was, I actually really enjoyed it. But I played it much later in the life after it's been patched and fixed and stuff. So I enjoyed it. But oh my gosh, dude, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is awesome. I'm loving this game.
What makes it better than the other ones? I guess I'm trying to say.
Well, the traversal is, they always do it a little bit better every game. The traversal is fantastic because now they have a grappling hook, so you can like shoot up the sides of buildings. You can actually ride in chariots, or not, horse and buggy stuff.
Yeah.
So you can ride around town with that, which is really nice. The characters are fantastic. Like the voice acting, the facial animation is awesome. Dude, graphically, the city, this game, maybe it's just because I came off of Fallout. And not saying Fallout looks bad, but even Bethesda says that Fallout is running off an older engine. So maybe that's why I'm noticing it so much more. But oh my gosh, the cities in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, they graphically just look awesome. Like sometimes it'll start raining or get foggy, and like the way after it rains, the sun will reflect off puddles of water. Dude, graphically,
so it looks like
awesome.
London, like you're actually in London
dude,
at the time.
It's really, really good. And so far, I'm about to start, I think, sequence 5. In most Assassin's Creed games, I think I have 12 sequences, so I'm almost halfway through it. But dude, I am absolutely loving it. The other thing, I've been playing Splatoon again. So I'm, once I played Splatfest last weekend, now I'm just kind of hopping in and just playing it again. So I'm stuck back on that bandwagon.
I'm afraid of starting that up again because I haven't started it up since I'd say June.
Okay.
And so there are about 50 updates just waiting, and then I don't want to have Callie and Marie
tell you about everything.
Tell me about everything. I kind of want to make a video of me just pressing A.
See how long it takes?
Just going right through it.
See, and that happened to me like maybe a month or so ago when I hopped back on. It's totally worth it, dude. Go get through that just to get back into the game.
Yeah.
Because there's new weapons that are really good. There's a few new courses that are actually really, really cool. The music, because every time they do an update, they've added new music to the soundtrack. Dude, it gets better like every month. It's like a fine wine, man. I saw better with age.
I saw a statistic on a YouTube show. It's like
so we know it's accurate.
Hundreds of weapons, 3 new game types, 5 or 6 new maps with more on the way, and then like 2 or 3 new weapon types itself, all for free.
Yeah.
So it's a deep, dark rabbit hole that you don't want to go down.
Yeah.
And they actually say that they're going to be supporting until next January. So we're going to get a whole lot more DLC, which is awesome. But real quick, guys, let's hop into our news section and what we call Captain's Log. Okay, we'll start off with the Xbox news here since there's not much with that. I know in the past we talked about the backwards compatibility of 360 games coming to Xbox One. And Brant, I know you were a little confused before about how you get those 360 games onto your Xbox One because they're not available in the store.
Yep.
You have to go to the website or own an Xbox 360 to buy them because then they'll show up on your Xbox One account just saying they're there. Well, someone recently tweeted at Phil Spencer and said, are we going to be able to actually buy 360 games in the Xbox One store? And he replied back, we've heard requests and we are now working on a solution. So they're saying there's going to be a solution in the works. So hopefully pretty soon they can streamline that. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Like I said the other day, they had Mirror's Edge on sale for $5. So I went and picked that up and I just had to go to the website and buy it. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. But to be able just to pull up the store and have all your money and credit in one place, that'd be kind of nice.
Right. It takes a lot of steps just to go onto the web browser or whatever, then go to the Microsoft store and purchase. So yeah, it's good that they're working on that, streamline it better.
I mean, with that many steps, who do they think they are? Nintendo?
It's cool that they're actually getting feedback too. Phil Spencer's just perfect for the role that he's in right now.
That is the truth.
He listens to fans, and then like it just seems like companies nowadays just don't listen to fans, and it's refreshing to get people that do that.
Absolutely.
He, like I said, he's like the Jesus of Microsoft now.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Well, Brad.
It's the savior. No.
Okay, to get into our PlayStation news, Black Friday, as you know, PlayStation just they dominated.
Yeah.
And they said that it is the most successful Black Friday in the history for PlayStation. Andrew House, the president and global chief executive of Sony Computer Entertainment, this is his quote. He said, "We've just seen the most successful Black Friday in company history. We are now trying to benchmark against the success of the PlayStation 2 or exceed it if possible." So, Brant, my question to you, because they say it's now the fastest selling console of all time, do you think the PlayStation 4, will it slow down, or is it going to become the best selling console of all time?
It's a runaway train of success, baby. Choo choo. Nah, that's a joke. It has to slow down at some point. I mean, but it's hard to really tell because you have Uncharted coming out in March. You have some really good first-party games coming up, which at PSX they didn't really shed any light on when they were going to be released, which is a problem. But there's a lot to look forward to, so it's really hard to say how far this is going to go.
Well, I guess a quick question for you, though, because the PS2, a lot of people said it sold so well because at the time, it was like a super cheap DVD player. People that wanted DVDs, you can get a PS2 cheaper for a DVD player. So they would buy that as their main DVD player. So even people that didn't play video games were buying that, and they said that was part of the reason it took off so quickly. Not the only reason, but that was part of the reason it was selling so quickly. What is so, I guess, tempting about the PlayStation 4?
Well,
what is drawing in that user base?
What I think, like I said, it's just the games that are on the horizon look very promising.
You mean like Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah, good mention. The interfaces, they fixed everything, so it's not on the cell core processor anymore. It's it's on its own. It can read like a computer now. Everything's easier for developers to make for it. I mean, you got all these indie games. You have games coming out the wazoo every week. 20, 30 games.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, it is. But they're good. But most of them are good. I mean, it's quality stuff coming out, and there's no shortage of options. I mean, Microsoft, they had, the better exclusives this year, but PlayStation, for what they had, it was good. And they have all the big, AAA games that Microsoft gets, and people notice that. And, since more people are buying the PS4, like, hey, they own a PS4, I might as well buy one, because then I can play these multiplayer games with my friends. So
exactly. I think that's also part of it is now that all the hardcore people have bought their PS4s, now the friends are getting a system, or even kids in school, they want to get the system their friends have so they can all play together. Because in today's gaming culture, we have games like Evolve, we have games like Star Wars Battlefront, where it's just online multiplayer.
Yeah.
So you really need to have your friends with you,
Yeah, and I just think lots of people have their friends on the PS4. It's just selling so much better that...
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, in Xbox, like you said, they've got some great exclusives like this holiday. But Rise of the Tomb Raider, it didn't even make it in the top 10 for November.
That's just sad. I feel so bad for the guys. What's the developer's name that made Rise of the Tomb Raider?
Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah, I feel so bad for those guys. They put so much hard work, and they made what is supposedly one of the best games of the year, and it's just not in anybody's hands. It's too bad that Microsoft forced it to release on the same day as Fallout 4, but what do you do?
Well, yeah.
And StarCraft 2, but I don't think that sold well either.
Yeah. No.
Now, I guess, Brant, my question, do you think when Tomb Raider comes to PS4 next Christmas, do you think the sales are just going to totally spike on that?
Well, I know I'm picking it up, so there's one more to the cause, but...
Right, and that's what I've got. I've got that on my shelf right now. I just haven't opened it yet because I have so many other games that I'm just waiting to play. I haven't had time to touch it yet.
Yeah, and that's...
It's great.
That's probably on
you
your
got
game
the
of the
review
year.
Coming, sir.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's like... I'm not much of a Fallout person, so like getting Rise of the Tomb Raider was no brainer for me. But it took everything that the first game did and just blew it out of the water. It made everything better, except the platforming. The platforming's still spotchy, kind of in areas. You'll fall to your death a lot because Laura doesn't do what you want her to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like Assassin's Creed for Tomb Raider.
Exactly.
Well, real quick, let's hop into our Nintendo stuff. A couple quick bullet points. There's a new Smash Direct that's coming on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to check that out. One other quick bullet point. The next Splatfest for Splatoon is on Saturday the 18th. So next Saturday. And your options for Splatoon this week, or next week I should say, is based around Christmas. And the question is naughty or nice. So you get a vote on that. And, then you have your normal Splatfest.
Naughty is going to be a very, very big topic.
It pretty much is. That's what I thought when I saw it on Twitter. I was just like, yeah, naughty's going to work. Naughty's going to just have too many people to win.
Well, hey, by the way, the last one was pizzas versus cheeseburgers. And pizza, at least for the choices, dominated, but I was on Team Cheeseburger. But overall, point-wise, cheeseburger won. So
yeah, they do a good job. They do a good job at balancing it out because they know that some people are like Autobots and Decepticons.
Yep,
that's gonna be heavily one way. So they have to balance it out some way, and they do a great job of it.
Right. But the big news for Nintendo this week, hopefully both of you guys saw this. Nintendo back in 2014 made a patent for a new game controller, and it utilizes what they're calling freeform screen technology. And I know if you guys haven't seen this, go online, look it up. It's pretty crazy. It almost looks like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, like a Wii Classic Controller Pro is kind of like what it reminds me of, where it's got the two thumbsticks, but instead of buttons or D-pads or anything else, the rest of the controller is a giant screen, and it's like multi-touch sensitive. And the reason this got brought up recently is that in that original patent, they said that production was going to start in 2016. And there have been rumors going around that NX is going to start production in 2016. So I guess from both of you guys, just to start, what do you think of this new controller design? I guess, Bremy, we'll start with you, man.
Well, it reminds me of playing games on an iPad or an iPhone or a smart device. And I really don't like playing games on a smart device like that. So
Bingo.
If they can get it to work, I'll be okay with it. I'll adjust, but I like having the actual control, like the actual sticks there. It's more fluid response, and I don't know if they get it to work. Okay, I'll be on board, but I'm not really too excited if this happens personally. Sure. Hopefully there's an option that you can not use it.
Sure.
So I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll see. And the first thing I thought when I saw that was, oh no, third-party issues.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Dude, the internet just went into full rage mode when this news hit.
Of course they did.
It's like,
it's just a patent.
I know. It's just,
that's what's funny about it.
It's
like, you're over. This thing is still, what would you guys say? Like, late 2016, early 2017.
At the early.
It depends on Zelda. It depends on Zelda.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Zelda is the center of everything in NX. It's
gravity
still
just
be on the Wii U.
pulls everything to Zelda. The gravity of Nintendo just all consumes Zelda.
But Zelda, they confirmed that Zelda Wii U is staying on the Wii U. It's coming on the Wii U. Now, I can't see that game coming out anytime until winter.
Right.
But that conflicts with NX.
I think it's going to be backwards compatible. And the
That's
NX will not come out when Zelda Wii U comes out, but it'll be playable on it because everything else will be playable because it's backwards compatible. That's what I think personally. And just another thing, why doesn't Nintendo just make the NX portable device like the Vita? Boom. You have your problem solved. Vita's the perfect handheld.
Speaking of another patent, Mr. Brand.
Yeah.
Another patent that went around, it was very strange because what it was, it showed like almost like a server versus it's a game console. It was almost like a server, right? So it did some cloud computing, but it also had a detachable handheld you took around with you.
Yeah.
And so you played on the handheld. You could play games on the handheld. But then when you attached it to this dock or whatever you want to call it, then it used all the extra processing power from this, cloud dock station, whatever you want to call it, and then it could show it up on your TV and had, much more powerful graphics. But that way you could play it on the go or at home.
See.
So if all this went together, like let's say that touchscreen was real and the server thing was real, I mean it's all kind of coming together. But Nintendo's always been really good about hiding their secrets. I mean, who saw the Wii coming?
True.
I kind of have a little bit of retort to that. Today on IGN, I think it was today, it was either today or yesterday, it was fairly recently.
Yeah.
But they said that the 3DS is here to stay.
Yes, they did say that.
So that has to make me think that that Nintendo Fusion is not going to happen. It's not going to be this portable gaming console.
I don't know, because they said the same thing.
Maybe they'll have the 3DS as its own separate entity, and then they'll have this as the console.
And that's what killed the Game Boy.
Yeah, that's true. But
so we'll see.
Right. Well, it's just all PR speak right now. I mean,
right.
Yeah, of course they're not going to say the 3DS
right.
is dying.
Because with the NX right around the corner, if it really is going to replace it, I mean, who knows?
Actually, the 3DS is not dying. It had one.
It's doing really well.
It had its best Black Friday ever.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
There's over 54 million units now.
Yeah, there's no stopping the 3DS right now. It's
the 3DS
it's
juggernaut.
Really well, they have so many of them. They have the 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS,
new 3DS,
new 3DS XL, even newer 3DS. Okay.
But just to kind of go along with what Brant was saying with the PR speak, though, at the same time, Phil Spencer came out today and said the Xbox isn't going anywhere. We're going to keep making Xboxes in the future. But my question for Nintendo and for Microsoft, like, whoever said they were going anywhere, why do you have to come out and tell us they're still around? We know they're still around.
Because they realize that they're lagging behind the PS4.
Right. And I think, because people just assume because they're not in first place, they're going to give up, which I don't understand. But
right.
I guess real quick, Brant, to hop into something I know you're super interested in.
Hit me.
Final Fantasy VII, the remaster that's coming to PS4 and eventually Xbox One. Recently they came out and said that this will be an episodic game. They're going to break it into pieces and they're going to sell parts over time. And when people were complaining about it, they said, well, don't worry. Each episode is going to be its own quote-unquote full game. Now, that doesn't really make a lot of sense because I'm assuming being episodic, it's going to be like Telltale, right? Where they have, the Borderlands games, the Walking Dead games, where technically each episode is its quote-unquote full game.
Well, you've played through Final Fantasy VII, haven't you?
Right, yeah. That's the only Final Fantasy I've ever completed.
On the PS1, it was a 3-disc game.
Yep.
You had the first part that was set in Midgar, and then you went into the open world a little bit. Then the second part was a great chunk of it. It was the open world, and the final act was wrapping things up. You had everything. You just could explore anywhere you wanted. So I'm guessing that's going to be that. I think the first episode is going to be based solely in Midgar, and then when you finally get out of there, you'll end up in the next segment, and then of course I think it's going to be broken up like that, 3 segments. Okay. And
yeah, I agree.
I think people are overreacting again, of course, because they don't want to see their beloved Final Fantasy VII, tarnished like this. But I just give them. I hope each episode isn't like $60 though. That would be sort of.
They said it's full price. They said it's full price.
I don't like that, but.
So wait, each episode is full price, or it's like a Telltale game?
Because they said it was like
full price, and you get each.
They said each episode is its own full game, which
like full priced game.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Wow,
eliciting.
Now how much it is still under question. Remastered games typically go for what, like $40, $50?
Yeah.
$40-$50.
But this is more than just a normal remaster, though. That's the problem.
This is like a full overhaul.
Yeah, this is like a brand new
almost
game.
A brand new game.
This is kind of like what Nintendo did with like Majora's Mask 3D, right? Like they redid all the assets. I mean, they just you take the idea because they've got the outline because the old game's around. I guess real quick just to read a quote here. The idea that a remake of Final Fantasy VII would not fit into a single release was there from the very beginning. That was producer Yoshinori Kitase, and he said, "We still can't share more information about its multiple parts, but please look forward to future announcements." They also added that, let's see here. They didn't want to, what they called, summarize any of the original content. So they decided to split it into, to split the story up. So, Brant, I think you're right. Because if the original Final Fantasy VII already had these distinct chapters already split out, I can kind of see why they're doing that.
Yeah.
Can we just... Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, it was so cut and dry, even in the PS1 game. You knew when the chapters would end in that, so...
Right.
I wish, like Remy said, it wasn't $60 per episode. Maybe $20. You make each episode $20, and I think that would be more fair, but, nothing's fair in life, so... But hey, guys, they did say the cross-dressing part would be in the remake, so yes. That's one of the
Well, that's good. You look forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just talk about how Square Enix is kind of going the Kingdom Hearts route with all their games nowadays?
Right.
What's that?
It has nothing like the action RPG, no turn-based stuff. Like it kind of helps that the director of Kingdom Hearts is doing Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy 7 remake. So that kind of helps.
How does this guy have the time?
He
clones himself.
He finally got put off of Final Fantasy 15 in June or July because it would have never gotten done if he was still on it. So he's working on Final Fantasy 7 and Kingdom Hearts 3 at this point.
And we'll never, Kingdom Hearts 3, we still don't know.
All these big games for Square Enix, when are they going to be released? I mean, these games can't come out until 2017, 2018.
Well, actually, speaking of all these games and talking about how expensive they're going to be, we really talk about some ways we can save some money. So real quick, we're going to hop into our money saving section.
Segues.
My 2 cents. Real quick, on the Xbox side of things, they just had, their Black Friday sale on their online store, but they announced they're going to have a special holiday sale that's going to run December 22nd to January 7th. And they said you'll be able to get up to 60% off almost 200 titles. And they said an extra 10% for people with gold. So you can save a lot of money on this. They haven't announced any of the titles yet, but that's, 10 days away, 11 days away. So we'll find out pretty soon. Right now, also, Xbox bundles. Any Xbox bundle, doesn't matter which one you're looking for, is $50 off at Amazon, Best Buy, and GameStop. So, the normal $300 or $350 or $300, and so forth. Also, right now, if you get an Xbox One at Best Buy, you can get Xbox Live Gold for 40% off. That's not too bad.
Not too bad.
On the PlayStation side of things, Amazon, GameStop, and Best Buy, so any of those, you can get the Star Wars Battlefront bundle, which come with all those classic Star Wars games, or the Uncharted Collection bundle for $300. So either bundle, $300, not too bad.
And you can get on the PSN network the Jackbox Party Pack 1 and 2 for half
so
off.
much fun.
So good. Yep.
Totally worth it, guys. Check it out.
I know, dude. We had that at our New Year's party last year, and it's great. The great thing about the Jackbox Party Pack, you play it with your cell phone. You have the questions on your TV, but you log in with your cell phone. It's
totally worth buying.
Absolutely. If you have friends over, just get it. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And they came out with the second one, didn't they?
Yeah, they came out with the
second one.
Yes.
That's what I bought that one too. So now I have both and can't wait to play.
Yeah, I'm
them.
gonna get that. I'm gonna get that for New Year's Eve, man. Perfect. Perfect party.
Oh yeah.
But
That's gonna be fun.
The other thing on PlayStation, over at Target, you can save $20 when you purchase Guitar Hero Live and a PlayStation Network card. So it doesn't matter how much the PlayStation Network card is. You go for $5, $20, whatever you want to get it for, you will save $20 on your overall purchase. So technically, if you get Guitar Hero Live and then a $20 PSN card is free, which is kind of nice. Also this week, if you have a PlayStation 4, you're not playing for PlayStation Plus, it is free this weekend only. So if you are hearing this, if it's Saturday or Sunday, get on your PlayStation 4, get on PlayStation Network. It is free this weekend only.
Let's take advantage of those deals.
Absolutely. On the Nintendo side, which I know they don't have a lot, but at Best Buy right now, you can get the Mario Kart 8 Wii U bundle for $250. On Amazon, you can get the new Nintendo 3DS XL in red or black for $175. And then at Walmart, if you want to play all those 3DS games, you don't care about the 3D, you can get a brand new Yokai Watch 2DS bundle for $80.
Nice.
So that's not too bad. I mean, if you don't care about having 3D and you just want to play some of the great, 3DS, what do you call it, game collection, $80, you can't beat that. It's pretty good.
And it's the 2DS is actually it fits really well. Like, I was surprised when I played it.
Is it like a tablet, pretty much? Like holding a tablet?
Kinda. It's more like a door wedge, a big door wedge.
Makes a good doorstop.
It does, but like it feels natural. It doesn't feel weird like it looks like it would.
Yeah.
But so if you don't care about the 2D, go get the 2DS.
Yeah.
Cool. And real quick, just to name off some games here real quick. If you shop on Amazon right now, you get Metal Gear Solid 5 for $35.
Pick it up, James.
Tales of Hysteria for $40. Until Dawn for $40. Now, here's one that a lot of people are hating on, but they patched it. They had a giant patch come out for this. They said fixed a lot of problems and added Ninja Turtles into the game. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 you can get for $35 on Amazon right now. Transformers Devastation you can get for $30. And then to give Nintendo a little bit of love here, you can get Chibi Robo Ziplash for the 3DS for $18 or Codename Steam for only $17. So if you shop on Amazon, check that out. And real quick, over at Target, Witcher 3, only $30, which just won Game of the Year over at the Game Awards. So if you haven't played that yet, you didn't get it on Black Friday, you can get it for $30 over at Target right now.
Totally worth
Batman
it.
Arkham Knight, $40. Rise of the Tomb Raider, just came out in November. We were just talking about how great this game is and how you should absolutely buy it if you have an Xbox One. Help with sales on that. You can get it at Target for $40 right now. And then Yoshi's Woolly World, another really great game that came out this year. I think it came out in November. I want to say October, November. That is only $40. So check that out. Brant, do you know of any other? I know there's some PlayStation Network sales going on right now, right?
Right. Like I wanted to point out the Jackbox Party Pack. There is always sales going on the PSN. So Make sure you check that out each week.
Cool. Bremy, do you know of any other interesting gaming deals going on right now?
I don't know if it's still going on, but GOG, Good Old Games, if you're a PC gamer, they're having their winter sale. I don't know if it's still going on. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that.
Oh, we will.
People are going to come with their pitchforks for you, Bremy, now.
But go on there, get Psychonauts for really cheap. Then once you play that, go and fund Psychonauts 2. Because that is going to be the game of the year for 2018. I'm already calling it.
Actually, believe it or not, Psychonauts is one of my favorite games of all time.
And you name your fantasy football team.
I did. I named my fantasy football
year.
team Psychonauts every year. But I actually have it on disc. It's like 6 CDs. I have it on PC, right? But the problem was I lost the case that went with it that had the code inside to install it. So it's pretty much useless. So what I found out the other day, I think it was on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, Amazon had it for $1. So I went ahead and rebought it for $1, and so now I've got it digitally. But I am super hyped for Psychonauts 2.
I think I let out a girly scream when he said bring in the Psychonauts in the trailer.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Not gonna lie.
Because I was like, what is this? Like, they're showing this trailer. I'm like, what is this? Like, I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out either. I was like, okay, this looks cool. Oh, it's kind of zany. Psychonauts, what? Then everything went black.
Yes.
Then I came to, and Witcher 3 won Game of the Year. So it was a good thing to come to on.
Right. Well, hey, Brant.
Yes.
Are you ready to talk about some gaming love now?
Our
favorite games of the year.
Year.
So here's our topic of the week. We'll be talking about our game of the year.
Oh, wait, I should have waited
for
that.
Hit it, Brant.
Game of the year.
Nice echo effect.
You can't do that.
Oh, it came back.
You can't do the same thing twice.
Oh, jeez.
I know that I should have saved that for the Hit It, Brant. But...
That's okay. We're quite all right. But real quick, what we're going to do, because we all have different systems, we're all playing different stuff. Originally, we were going to see if we can come to one game of the year as Life of Gaming, which we may talk about at the end. But right now, I figure what we'll do to start, we'll list our top 5 favorite games for the year.
Honorable mentions.
Going 5, 4, 3, 2, and then number 1. And then we're also going to do an honorable mention. So we'll name off 6 games that we each loved this year. Before we do that, just to kind of remind you what came out this year. I made a list. I went by month, and just kind of wrote down some of the big games that came out this year. So real quick, I'll go through that. Hopefully it might spark some ideas in your guys' heads in case you forgot.
Right, I'm still scrambling to find games.
Right. Okay. Well, here we go. We'll start in January. January, it kicked off the year. We had Saints Row 4 Remaster on Xbox One and PS4. We had Resident Evil HD.
Ooh,
we had Citizens of Earth, which was kind of like an Earthbound type game. We had Dying Light. We had Grim Fandango HD. And I remember the free game for that month was iDarb on Xbox One. It was kind of like a sports game, kind of like basketball, but it was really bizarre. Okay, for February, we had Evolve, The Order 1886, the remaster of Dead or Alive 5 for Xbox One and PS4. We had Hand of Fate. We had Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. In March, we had Ollie Ollie 2, which I still haven't played and really want to play. Brant, I think you already have that one.
Yep.
We also had Helldivers, which you actually was one of the first games I ever played on PS4 over at your place.
And you got smashed with a jettison
That is
pod
right.
right away, which is hilarious.
We had Battlefield Hardline. We had this little indie game called Bloodborne.
little.
Just a small one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Indie game. Kind of didn't leave its mark anywhere. Just kind of went away. No one talks about it.
Then we had Borderlands: The Handsome Collection. We had Axiom Verge. We had Scream Ride. Ori and the Blind Forest came out in March. We also had Mario Party 10 and Codename Steam. Now April was a pretty small month. We had MLB The Show. We had Forza Horizon: The Fast and the Furious. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but it was like a free Xbox One game. But the big game in April was Mortal Kombat X, which people are still playing.
It's
People
fun.
are still playing. It's a really good game. I had
New
it.
DLC too.
Right, and new DLC is still coming out for that, and that's still, I think that's still pretty big in the tournament scene, isn't it?
Yeah. Anywhere that I go to and that has tournaments, it's either Smash 4 or Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and Mortal Kombat 10.
Cool.
So.
And for those of you that don't know, Bremy is he's our tournament guy. He goes and does Smash tournaments and things like that.
Yeah, it's fun. I get my butt
Represent.
kicked.
With Pikachu.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a Pikachu main.
I was too.
Also, I'm kind of like a Captain Falcon main now.
Oh, okay.
too.
You like that Falcon punch and
Falcon
hump
punch, yeah.
Yeah.
Show me your moves.
Yeah, show me
you
your
go.
moves.
Well, actually, how about I show you the May? Because in May, we had Project Cars. We had Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. We had Final Fantasy X and X2 HD. Or Final Fantasy X, I guess. Excuse me.
Come on, Shane.
We also had Splatoon. And then the really big game for that month, The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, came out in May.
Good game.
June, we had Elder Scrolls Online. We had Devil May Cry 4 Remaster. And then we had Batman Arkham Knight, which Brant still hasn't finished.
Amazingly enough.
Come on, Brant, you got to get on that.
Get
That's
on
a
the
good
ball,
game.
man.
I haven't even played it, so.
What is wrong with you people?
Have you seen some of the games that I'm playing?
I know,
they're like 80 hours.
This is the year of open world 200 plus hour game-a-thons.
It's like,
And remasters.
Yes.
It's like I have Witcher 3, MGS 5, and Xenoblade Chronicles, and now Elder Scrolls Online. It's like I don't have time to play other games.
Never again.
Well, that's a good place for a pause because that was halfway through the year. Now in July, we had God of War 3, the remaster that came out. We had Rory McIlroy, PGA Tour came out. Journey HD came out. We had The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Timbo came out. We had King's Quest. Hatful Boyfriend, which I generally talks
Pigeon
about.
Love.
Right. And
that game's
the
weird.
big game for July was Rocket League for PS4. So everybody loves Rocket League, which is coming to Xbox One in February. So I finally can check that out.
Do it.
It's fun.
Oh, one other game, because my list skipped down to the second page. July, we also saw, which was actually a surprise, we had Earthbound Beginnings. Or maybe that was June. So Earthbound Beginnings came out like the end of June, early July, I believe. Well, no, that was right after E3, wasn't it? So
Yeah, it was right before E3.
That's right. So that was
actually.
in June. You should have that on the June list.
No, it came out the day before E3 happened. It happened on that Sunday. It came out that Sunday.
Got it.
Because I remember going nuts after before the Nintendo thing that they had. What did they have?
Oh, what was that? That was was
it the World Championships? Yeah, it was the World Championships.
Yes. Before
the Nintendo World Championships, they announced it, and then it was ready to go right after the World Championships, and I got it, and I love it. It's got aging issues.
Yeah,
like it's very grind.
Well,
heavy.
It's an NES game, right?
Yeah, it's very grind heavy. It is an NES game.
Well, Brant loves his grinding.
Grind hard.
It's so good. I loved it.
Cool. Well, in August we had Beyond Eyes, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Galaxy, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. We had Until Dawn. We had Madden come out that month. We also had the Mega Man Collection come out that month. We had Dishonored Remastered come out that month. Disney Infinity 3.0, Mad Max, which Brant, I know you picked up.
I haven't even played that yet.
Oh, I was going to ask if you enjoyed it, but you haven't played it. That month, we also had Rare Replay, which is a great collection. And then we had Zombie, the remastered version, the Wii U game that came to Xbox One and PS4. The Gears of War remaster came out in August. And one that I have to mention, otherwise Rob will be very angry, Smite. That officially came out in August.
Oh, that did?
I don't know, because I was looking up release dates, and it had Smite in August. Now, I'm not sure, because I know they had a beta going on for a while. So I'm not sure if that was the beta release or that was the official release, or, they released it out of beta. But yeah, the list I saw had it in August.
Okay.
September, Tearaway Unfolded. Destiny: The Taken King. I put this on the list even though it's DLC, because a lot of people were saying this was like almost Destiny 2.0 because it completely revamped the game.
Yeah.
We also had FIFA 16, Skylander Superchargers, Lego Dimensions. We also had the Nathan Drake Uncharted Collection come out in September. Forza 6 come out in September. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer and Super Mario Maker came out in September. So as you can see, as the months go on, as we get closer to the end of the year, these lists are getting longer and longer.
Usually happens.
Right. October, we had Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, Rock Band 4.
That's Game of the Year right there.
Yeah, totally.
Disgaea 5, Transformers Devastation, Dragon Quest Heroes, Tales of Zestiria, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Guitar Hero Live, WWE 2K16, which I guess a lot of people hated because it was really buggy and bad. Yoshi's Woolly World, Halo 5 Guardians came out in October. That was a big release. Fatal Frame on Wii U, Made in Blackwater. We also had Minecraft Story Mode, which that got started. Life is Strange. I put Life is Strange in October, even though it started earlier in the year, because it ended in October. So if you haven't checked out Life is Strange, check it out. We also had Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes and Chibi Robo Ziplash all come out in October.
Sounds fun.
We're in the home stretch now, gentlemen.
Whew.
November, we had Darksiders 2 Remaster. We had Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, here's some of the bigger stuff. Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront and Rise of the Tomb Raider. Those were like in a very short little window. Boom, all those games were there. We also had Rainbow Six Siege in November. Yokai Watch came out in November. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival and Mario Tennis Ultra Smash were in November, which weren't reviewing very well for Nintendo.
From what I get from at least the Mario Tennis reviews, were like they aren't bad. They just didn't really have anything going for it. Like nothing really new. It was kind of bare basics, which really isn't bad per se. But if you're looking for something that's newer, I haven't played it yet. I like the Mario Tennis series. I'll probably get it when it drops.
Yeah.
Or if they get more content like they
I'm
have with
hoping DLC
Splatoon.
comes out with it, because I'm the same way. I love Mario sports games, but when I saw the reviews coming out for that, I was like, like I just don't have the money to spend. Like I love Mario sports, but if it's not a good game, I'm not, I can't pay full price for that.
All I've really gotten from it is it looks amazing, it plays great. There just really isn't anything to do.
Right.
So they just need to put the RPG aspect from the handheld games and put it on the console.
Right.
Because the RPG elements were awesome.
Yeah. Well, real quick, we did have a couple. We had 3 releases in December. Not much. Devil's Third finally came out in America.
Devil's Turd.
Xenoblade Chronicles X and Just Cause 3. So that was pretty much it. That was it for the year. We had a lot of really big games this year.
Fast Racing Neo came out this year.
Oh, that's right. Fast Racing Neo came out this week.
Yesterday.
Yes. So that's out now too. So that's a lot of stuff. So I don't know if I sparked any ideas in either of you guys, because there's a lot of stuff on that list. But I guess we'll start off with our honorable mentions. Since Matt is not here, I'll just read his honorable mention real quick. Okay. His honorable mention was Rare Replay.
That's a good choice.
Okay.
Bang for your buck right there.
Right. I mean, it was, how much was that? $40?
$30.
In a way, it's sort of cheating because all those games have been released before. But
true.
But you're paying for like $1. You're paying like $1 to get 30 games. $1 per game. So
right.
Yeah.
And it was completely unexpected. I mean, they announced it at E3 and it was out. You know, I mean, it was just one of those things like boom, 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 and it was in your hands, which is actually pretty cool.
True that.
Yep.
I can't play it, so I can't really give any insight. I did watch the Kind of Funny guys play it, and I'll tell you, some of those earlier games aren't worth $1.
They're pretty rough.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
That's the problem. But
okay, Brant, what is your honorable mention?
I have to mention this game. I wish it would have grabbed me like I wanted it to, but The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is my honorable mention.
Wow, that's actually really surprising.
Yeah, I think it had something to do. The combat was not for me. The aesthetic being medieval, I don't really care for that as much anymore. It just was uninteresting. I really liked the characters, and Geralt was a great main protagonist. And the story, from what I played, was fantastic, but I don't know. The combat really sunk it for me.
It's a really hard game to get into. Like, that series, it's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons in a way, where it's a very advanced kind of thing. It's really hard to really get yourself into. But once you kind of take baby steps, play it on easy maybe, or just sit back and grind on lower enemies a bit, the combat starts to get there, and then you just kind of roll.
I
along
almost
with
felt
that.
like it was too open, because you would get to some areas and they would just get slaughtered, and it was like, why is that even there? Yeah, you know, it was sort of confusing in that method. And I mean, it is a hardcore RPG, and it is a great game. I'm not taking anything away. It rightfully deserved to win the VGA Game of the Year award, but it's not everything I wanted. And it's still a great game in its own right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Bremy, what do you have for your honorable mention?
Well, it pains me to put it on my honorable mention, but Xenoblade Chronicles X would have to be on my honorable mention, only because it came out last week. I haven't had enough time to
you haven't put in 70 hours plus to really understand it.
Yeah, it's a game where you have to play it a long time, and I don't feel like I can justify it putting on a list. Even though I love the game, I don't think there's really anything fundamentally flawed with this game. It's just, I can't put it in a top 5 of the year if I haven't spent a good amount of time.
You're just on the top. Epidermis level.
I'm just starting, pretty much. I'm 15 hours in and just started.
Right.
Wow, that is insane.
And honestly, my honorable mention was the same way. My honorable mention is going to Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I know earlier I was talking about how much I love this game and how much fun it is, but until I finish it, I felt like I couldn't put it in my top 5. I wanted to. I really wanted to, but I couldn't. I'm like, I wouldn't feel right putting it up there if I haven't finished it yet.
No. A couple of games on my top 5 actually I have not beaten yet. But
you put enough time in it where you could get it.
Yeah, I put in, like, I know that I love this game, and I know that it's the games were my favorite of the year.
You know what's funny? I only finished 2 of my top 5.
Wow. You are a lazy bum.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll snake back here, and I'll do my 5th place.
Okay.
My 5th place I'm giving to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for 3DS. I am a huge Monster Hunter fan. I really enjoy that series a lot. I actually bought the new 3DS XL that was Monster Monster Hunter themed that came with the game pre-installed. And I absolutely love it. It's a great game, but it's one of those games you have to put a lot of time into it. It's just as good as all the other ones, but I kind of wish it was on a console, because playing 3 on the Wii U, just having it on the big screen, I liked it a lot more than having it in my hands. Also, I mean, the online works great on the 3DS, but I just like playing my Monster Hunter on my TV more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. I got it too, and yeah, it's a great game, but something about being on the 3DS kind of didn't really feel whole right.
It doesn't feel as epic. I mean, the 3D makes it look awesome. I mean, graphically it looks pretty good, but it's just, I mean, being in your hands versus being on the screen. But Bremy, what is your 5th place?
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Okay.
It was just a huge surprise to me. It looks amazing, like a Disney's meets Studio Ghibli.
Okay.
Kind of feel to it, and everything about it is just great. Like it's
one game I wish I could have played, just because I don't have an Xbox One. I can't.
I played it on the PC, so
I guess you could play it on the PC. Yeah.
Well, see, Brant, all you gotta do, you need to get a new PC, man.
On this piece of crap, you think that's gonna be fun? It might be like stick figure, little Ori or whatever. But
well, Brant, what do you have for number 5, man?
Were you gonna hit on Matt for number 5?
I will. I'm going back because I started with Matt.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going back now.
Okay.
So go ahead and give us your number 5.
Is Dying Light. I don't know if you guys ever played this.
Okay.
I haven't. I've always wanted to, but because I love Mirror's Edge, I like zombie games.
I was about to say,
together.
Mr. Mirror's Edge here. You
right.
gotta buy it because it controls like a dream, and it has the parkour like Mirror's Edge, but it's free roaming, and it controls great. It's zombies, I know, but they do change it up, day and night zombies, and I never finished it, but I got so far into it and was engrossed until the little game called Bloodborne came. But it was something special, and I really hope to see what Techland can deliver on next.
Okay, cool. Well, for Matt, his number 5, I told him he cheated on this one, but he gave it to Star Wars Battlefront. And I said, sir, you don't even own the game yet. And he said, well, I put so much time into the beta. And he's like, I already know I have it for Christmas. So that was his reason for giving it to his number 5. And plus, he's a super huge Star Wars fan. But Brant, like you said, you really enjoy it too.
Like I said, I haven't played it enough to put it into this list, but it's just great multiplayer fun.
Got it. Well, real quick, we'll snake back around. We'll do Matt's number 4. For number 4, Matt had Lego Dimensions. And that is one that Matt brought over to my place when we were doing Extra Life, and we played through quite a bit of it. And it's really crazy. It's really zany. If you like Lego games, you will love it. Because, I mean, in the opening world, you're playing through the Wizard of Oz, but you're Gandalf, and you're Wildstyle from the Lego movie, and you're Batman. And then you can throw in, Doctor Who, and it's so crazy and bizarre. But it just, when you're in Springfield as Gandalf and you're fighting the Joker and a giant robot, it's really cool. The only thing I didn't really like about it is the way the split screen works in Lego games now. Instead of just splitting down the middle, it's like, it's, what do you call it, dynamic, where it'll shift and sway depending on where your character is on the screen. It's kind of weird. I don't really like that. And also, I didn't really like how you have to move the characters around on the actual physical portal, like during gameplay. That was kind of annoying. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good game. Cool. But Brant, what is your number 4?
I was swap between two games in this spot, but I think I'm willing to settle with Metal Gear Solid 5 in the 4th spot.
Okay.
And it's because it's a game that starts out fantastic. Well, the opening prologue, you guys haven't played it yet, right?
Nope.
It is.
I have.
Okay. Bremy, you can attest to this, how utterly insane it opens up. Which, that sort of lays the groundwork for what you're going to eventually get to. And I did finish this game, and it was great, but I felt like there was a lull there where it didn't feel like a Metal Gear Solid game in the story sense. The gameplay was the best part by far, and just the open-ended nature, but I felt like it was missing that story element that Metal Gear Solid is known for. And yeah, I mean, it definitely deserves its place among the top games of the year. Barring what Konami did to Kojima.
That's right.
That nasty stuff.
Shots fired during the VGA.
Yeah, that was nice.
Jeez.
That was nice. But yeah, it deserves its spot.
Okay. Well, Bremy, what's your number 4?
Super Mario Maker.
Oh, okay.
This is one game I didn't actually think I would enjoy, but the reason it's not really higher is because I'm not really creative at all. So making my own levels really didn't appeal to me. But playing everybody else's ridiculously hard levels were actually pretty fun.
Cool. And that's one I actually didn't get my hands on until Extra Life. That's another one I played. And honestly, like if I owned it, I'd probably have it on my list, but I don't own it, and I haven't really had enough time to put into it to really, find that love and connection for that game.
Yeah, like I said, you surprise me every time you say that because I just think you're the man, the Nintendo Mario man. And you don't have Mario
but at the
Maker.
same time, I'm like Bremy. I'm not good at creating things, and that's where you find the real fun in that game is creating your own stuff.
Yeah,
true.
But for my number 4, I'm surprised to put it this high on the list because of what happened to me. But my number 4 is Fallout 4.
You probably dropped.
even though there was a game-breaking bug, which I'm hoping and praying that it will be fixed in the future, so I can finish the game. I put a good 35 hours into it before I hit that bug.
Oof.
But the world that they've created, the characters, the stories, the side quests, there's something special about Fallout. I mean, it's been a long time since the Fallout game has come out, but to be back in the shoes, out in the wasteland, it's just magical, man. There's like nothing else you could say about that. Fallout 4, it's great. It was worth the wait, and it is a fantastic game.
Preach it.
But I guess we'll snake back around. My number 3, this was my number 1 of the year for a while, Brant, and you know that. Batman Arkham Knight. Wow. And that's one you haven't finished. I really enjoyed it a lot. And plus, I enjoy Batman, but I'm not like a diehard Batman fan. So for me, I actually really enjoyed the story. I know most people that know the Batman lore is like, oh, I saw that coming a mile away. And of course, toward the end, it is pretty obvious where the story is going, but I enjoyed every minute of it. The combat was, just as tight as ever. It was fantastic. I mean, sure, my complaints with the game were really the Batmobile. But as you play through the game, you kind of get used to it. But the Batmobile was kind of like a damper on the party. But other than that, Batman Arkham Knight is absolutely fantastic. And Brant, I really think you need to go back and finish that game.
Totally agree. Now, where's the time to finish it?
Right. Let's see here. Where do we go next? I'm trying to remember. Did I do
Me.
Matt? Oh,
Me.
Okay. Bremy, go for it, sir.
Move to Brampton. MXPX reference.
You're number 3.
Mine is MGS5.
Okay.
Yeah, I had never really been big into the Metal Gear Solid series, but I played through 3 and I absolutely love 3 and how ridiculous it is. And they kind of do the same thing in Metal Gear Solid 5, bar the beginning. The beginning is
it's like you're on an acid trip of weird
it's
villains.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I loved every minute of it.
It was awesome.
But yeah, I'm kind of speechless. It's really great.
It leaves you speechless. It's very it feels very overwhelming.
Beautiful. Kiefer Sutherland does a great job, even though he had everything bad going into it because David Hayter didn't get the job.
Yeah.
But, he did a great job. Everybody else did a great job.
I can understand. I can understand that winning Game of the Year on many sites. In some instances, it's just not for me.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people give it to it is because it's kind of Kojima's farewell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Swan song.
But that's not taking anything away from this game. This game is still amazing. It's definitely the best swan song Kojima could ever hope to have.
Sure.
So,
agreed.
Well, Brant, what is your number 3?
This game I love. It's the best Telltale game you could play.
Okay.
Until Dawn.
Okay. Telltale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see what you
saw what I did there. Yeah.
I'm like, that's not by Telltale.
You are wrong, sir. No.
Right.
That was a surprise.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, it
So, Brant,
perfectly
why
was
was
a
it so special
surprise.
for you?
It, like I said, it's unlike anything else you'll play this year. It's cheesy B horror movie, but it actually has a deeper plot than what you think. The choice in this is great. It doesn't feel tacked on like some Telltale games, the cheesy dialogue and then, the choices that don't really make a difference. In this game, you actually felt like it made a huge difference because so many different options of people dying or surviving, and it was a special game. And
Cool.
I'm ashamed that I haven't finished it yet, but I really should just go and play. I just want to play it right now, just
take your weekend and just go finish it.
Yep.
I mean, it's only an 8-hour game, so
right.
you can kind of.
Yeah. And I was far into it. One of my guys got killed though, and that's where I was like, man, what? And it was,
which one?
Well, don't you want to spoil anything?
I mean, everybody can die, so.
Yeah. It was the main guy that hosts the camp. He was the first one that died. And I don't see how you could make another decision beforehand that he would actually live. So it makes me wonder what I could have did differently. So it gets you thinking. And I also like the parts where you're like in the what is it? The ward, the psychotic ward with the guy that looks like the guy from Armageddon.
It is the guy from Armageddon.
Yeah, I know this. I forget his name though, but yeah, those parts are really thought provoking and add a lot to the story.
Cool.
They used a lot of actual real life actors, and I know the guy from Shield, Agents of Shield, is in it.
Yeah, and then there's Penitentiary and
there's somebody from Disney Channel. I know that.
Huh.
Oh yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, pretty boy.
Yeah.
Guy. Yeah.
Pretty girl.
Or girl.
It was a girl.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a pretty boy too.
Brant only notices the pretty boys.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, real quick, we will hop into Matt's number 3. His number 3 was Earthbound Beginnings. I know he's a huge Earthbound fan. I know, Bremy, you were talking earlier about why you enjoyed Earthbound Beginnings so much. And his number 2 was Halo 5 Guardians. Now, I know Matt is the biggest Halo fan I know. He reads all the books, he listens to the podcasts, he plays all the games, and he really enjoyed Halo 5 Guardians. I played through it. I thought it was fun. It's definitely a game where you have to play through with other people. It's made for co-op. A lot of the missions. A lot of people complain about the story.
Yeah, the story didn't really do anything until the end.
Right.
That's about the best way I can put it. It started in the beginning and then just kind of lulled off. There were 3 missions that were 5 seconds long, and
right.
The middle was just terrible. but the beginning was great and the ending was amazing. So I'll give it that.
What you're hearing is that Matt is a diehard Halo fan, and Bremmy's like,
No, I'm a huge Halo fan too, but I didn't like the story that much until.
Well,
the
you're
end.
not the only one that thought that. There was a
Right,
lot.
no,
That
a
was
lot of
the
Halo fans thought
consensus theory about it.
absolutely.
It was a better middle story than Halo 2. I'll give it that.
Got it. Well, Brant, what is your number 2?
Back to me, eh?
Who does number 2 work for?
Who day? I'll say Fallout 4.
Oh, okay. And why is that, sir?
It's the game that just keeps getting better and better the more you play it.
It does.
That's the
How many
best
hours are
compliment
you
I
in
can
now?
give it. Let's see. I'm about 20 hours in, and I have not had any game-breaking bugs or
Well, good.
very many bugs at all, for that matter.
Maybe after the show, I could tell you what faction not to follow.
Dude, I just want to discover everything on my own. The only
so good, dude.
The
It
only
is so
critiques
good.
I have, I don't like how the skill system is in this
Okay.
one very much. I feel like it's too broad. I much prefer the Fallout 3 method, but overall, like I said, it's a game that keeps giving back. There's so many things you can do. They're all very well done.
Mm-hmm.
The shooting without the VATS works well.
Oh, it's so much better.
It is.
It's like night and day from Fallout 3.
Yeah, like I said, it's a
actually
game that
works.
deserves the hype, and it lives
Yes.
up to it in most regards. So
Absolutely.
just
And I still have not played it yet.
Well, Remy, what is your number 2, sir?
Witcher 3.
Okay.
It was really just like Metal Gear Solid 5. It had everything going into it, and it did not disappoint one bit. The story, honestly, the main story at least, didn't really do anything either. Like it was mainly look for Siri 90% of the game, but I also haven't finished it yet. So
okay,
yeah, it has a great ending too. I'll just say
that's what I heard too.
Yeah,
cool.
That's what I heard. So
it's beautiful.
Definitely it definitely ties Battlefront for the prettiest game of the year.
I agree with that.
in
Battlefront and The Order 1886, but
The Order looked great.
But that's about all you can say about The Order.
Yeah.
It isn't as bad as people give the rap for it.
Yeah.
So I think we all know what Brant's number 1 is going to be.
No, you don't.
But I guess my number 2 is Splatoon. I mean, earlier we were talking about Splatoon, and really it is the game that just seems to keep on giving. And even though I'm not a big fan of multiplayer-only games, and this game does have a little bit of single player, but majority of it is multiplayer online. But the way they're handling the content, like they're just giving out free content, new weapons, new maps, new armor, new clothes. I mean, they just keep giving you more and more and more, and Splatfest, and new stuff on the soundtrack. And the game is so colorful, and it's so fun and so upbeat. I mean, there's really nothing else like it out on the market right now. I mean, there's a reason it won Best Multiplayer Game, and even won Best Shooter at the Game Awards.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's something very special that I really hope Nintendo continues with in the future. I mean, they took a risk on it, and it really paid off. I mean, that game is absolutely fantastic.
There was one guy that was watching the VGAs. I won't say his name on here, but he was like, I'm really enjoying the VGAs, and then when I saw that Splatoon won Best Shooter, I immediately turned it off. And I was like, wow. The people that play that game are diehard into it and love it. Good. I mean, he probably thought it was like a kiddies game. He's like, all these other options, and they pick Splatoon. But like I can say, it's a good.
Here's kind of what I think. It's just kind of like it's newer. Like it's a new IP.
It's different. Yeah, it's
different. Yeah, it's different. Because let's go over the shooters that came out this year. Halo, we always get a new Halo, new Call of Duty,
Destiny,
new Battlefield. Battlefront is Battlefield.
We got both this year.
We did?
There was a Battlefront and a Battlefield this year.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that. But then we got Destiny. It's just kind of like Splatoon it
stuck out.
A change of pace.
Yeah, it stuck out.
But I will stand by. I think those controls are terrible that you guys talk about. I don't see how
you played one match.
I don't see how it's intuitive.
But motion control is very intuitive. You just have to get used to it.
Here's the thing with Splatoon. It's one of those things where if you've played it at least more than one match, it's one of those games you just kind of fall in love with. But if you haven't played it, you just don't. You
don't get it.
Right, you don't get it. It's just one of those games because if you just watch it, you're like, "What? This looks so stupid. What is going on?" But once you get it in your hands, it's just one of those games that I don't know how else to word it. It's got like that special Nintendo magic on it, where it doesn't look like it's as good as it really is, because it's got some depth to it. It's a good game. It's really fun.
Yeah, sure.
But my number 1, which I've said on the show many times before, has been Yoshi's Woolly World. That game, one of my favorite games of all time is Yoshi's Island on Super Nintendo. And this game is the first Yoshi game in a long time where it felt just as good as that game. I mean, don't let the yarn look and the kiddie music fool you. I mean, some of those levels are really difficult, especially if you're trying to find everything. But at the same time, it's got that real nice, laid-back Nintendo music in it, and it's just... It was the game I played this year where the entire time I was playing, I just had a giant smile on my face, and I loved literally every minute of it. I can't remember a bad stage in that game.
On your face all the time.
I agree.
It was just really, really, really good.
Yeah, it's very calming. The music is outstanding, and that's a testament because the last Yoshi's Island game didn't really have the best music at all. In fact, someone would say it was kind of ear bleeding and sounded like 5-year-olds banging on pots and pans.
Right.
But that person will not be named right now.
Well, let's see here. Where are we going? We going back to
me?
Back to you, Brim. What is your number 1 game of the year?
Well, after thinking about it for a while, there's only one game.
One game that to rule them all.
That was absolutely fun from beginning to the never end that it has.
Yes.
And is the only game to just give you an existential crisis while playing
these are some huge words, my friend.
That's right.
And I just got one question to ask everybody.
Oh, no.
Are you a kid or are you a squid?
Right.
Splatoon.
Man. Wow.
Splatoon is definitely my favorite game this year.
Awesome.
I love from the second that I played it, I absolutely fell in love with it. I played the global test fire.
Yes.
Played
Which was a terrible way to do it, by the way. Like, you had to be on at certain times to play it, and it was yeah. But I was too.
But like, I had a blast. I haven't played it in a while, but that I still have over 40 hours played, and that was from when it came out to about end of June, beginning of July. So I played a lot of Splatoon, and I kind of want to go back, but also I have a lot of games to play, so I can't go back to it right now.
But the one nice thing about Splatoon, the matches are 3 minutes apiece. So, I mean, you can just hop on, play a couple matches, and hop off. It's not something where you have to put hundreds of hours into it. It's a nice little palate cleanser in between some of the bigger stuff.
Yeah, like, in an age where we have nothing but, like, dark, gritty shooters where it's kind of militarized and all that, it's refreshing to get a game that just doesn't care.
Sure. Well, Brant, can you top that? What is your number one game of the year?
Okay, so we went from Yoshi's Woolly World to Splatoon.
I know what you're going to say, sir.
And now Bloodborne.
Yes.
Go
from the rainbow-esque fluffy fields of beautifulness to the dark, dreary awesomeness, despair of Bloodborne's universe. And by God, people, this game has me hooked. Like, honestly, the one game that I have all these games on my backlog, and it's the one game that I keep coming back to again and again and again. And I don't know what it is. It's like a love-hate relationship. It really is. Like, one day I just want to throw my controller, but then I'm like, I gotta play it again. But the combat is so good. The world is unlike anything you'll ever see. Like I said, the characters, the lore, it's all there. It's the whole experience, and each time I get more into the game, I love it more and more. And like I said, like Fallout 4, it's a game that keeps giving and giving and giving. The more time you put into it, the more special it gets. And it's the one reason why to own a new system, I believe. And I stand by that, and I love it.
Now, did you play the old Hunters yet?
No. The only bad remark I have is that my save file was corrupted somehow. My level, let's see, 98 Hunter that I had in New Game Plus, yeah, he was erased. But it was like, I don't even care, because I wanted to play through it again anyway. And I heard you can't do the old Hunters DLC. It's almost impossible on New Game Plus. So it's probably good that I can just go back, play it again, and I'm enjoying it even more, I know where things are at. I know how the enemies react. You still learn things, find things you didn't find before, and it's great. It's like the game that Castlevania should look like, as Colin says, and I totally agree.
I agree full-heartedly on that. The only reason it's not in my top 5 or honorable mention is because I don't have a PS4.
But you played it.
Played it.
My old roommate had it.
Ex-roommate. That sounds so angry and so full of hatred.
Ex-roommate. No. I played it. I played about 10 hours of it, but like, it's great. Like, I love the Dark Souls series too.
Yeah.
And it definitely is really great. I just don't have a PS4, and I couldn't play more of it.
And what's great, and you think it's one thing, but then you get further into the game and it totally changes. It's so weird, and it's just thought-provoking.
The characters too.
Yeah.
That's something like that Dark Souls never really had, was just the characters just change in Bloodborne. Like the little girl,
I could go on talking about this forever. I mean, the insight you get and the things you can see if you have a certain amount, and all these little secrets that you don't know about until you look at wikis and what other people have done. It's truly a special game.
It is.
Cool. And just real quick, just to let you guys know, Matt's, which he's already mentioned on the show before, his favorite game of the year was also Splatoon. There's not much else to say about that game. We've already said a lot about it, but that was Matt's as well.
So if there is going to be a consensus Life of Gaming vote,
official game
I
of
would
the
say,
year.
even though I have played it a little bit, but I would be fine with you guys saying Splatoon. Honestly,
Splatoon as the
because
Life of
you
Gaming
guys
game
love
of the
it so much, I give you permission. Just have Bloodborne as an honorable second place, and you're fine there.
Sure, we can do that.
I'll be fine with that too. Bloodborne definitely deserves every praise that it gets.
Yes.
And I can't wait for Dark Souls 3 because I'll
yes,
actually be able
you
to play
and
that
me
one.
both, man.
Right around the corner.
I'll actually get to play that one.
Did you watch that new trailer that came out for it?
I've been watching nothing on
Dark Souls. Okay, because you fight
I'm trying to go in blind.
Okay,
so.
Well, I probably shouldn't say it because this one boss they showed is the most grotesque and awesome thing you could ever see, and how they thought of it was amazing.
So they modeled it after you?
Burn!
Just put a big beard there, and you got it.
There you go.
On that note,
sorry, I couldn't resist. But with that, you guys, we're going to end our topic of the week, our favorite games of the year. Next year, we have even more awesome stuff coming. So next week, what we're going to do kind of like a same general thing. We're going to talk about our top, 3 or 5, not sure what we're going to do yet, most excited games for next year. So there's a lot of really awesome stuff coming out. But as for Life of Gaming, you guys, you can find us on iTunes. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Microsoft MP3 Store. Make sure to go on there and rate us. That would be awesome. You can find us on Facebook, Life Gaming Podcast, and Google+. We're also on Twitter, @Life of Gaming Pod. And don't forget to check out our website, lifeofgaming.net. We have all our content from Josh and from myself. I know, Bremy, you've got our Tomb Raider review coming. We're going to have all that in one place for you guys, so make sure to check that out. We also have the podcast posted there every week as well. As for me, you guys know you can find me on Twitter, @JamesPlus12, on Xbox, and on Wii U. I am Jamester0722. One thing I haven't mentioned in a while, in case I ever do get a PlayStation 4, I am JamesPlus12 on PlayStation as well. So, Brant, where can people find you?
I'm at @MinusTheBrand on Twitter, @MinusTheBrand on PSN. And, yeah, hit me up. Let's game.
Cool. And, Bremy, where can people find you?
@Bremy35 on Twitter, and just Bremy on Xbox, and
not
Bremy
just
20.
Bremy. Just the word Bremy.
Just the word Bremy. Yeah.
If you look
funny.
up just
Just
Bremy, you might
Bremy.
find somebody else.
I'm still happy that I got like a 5-letter gamer
nice.
tag.
That's very rare. That is nice.
I love it. But and Bremy21, on the Nintendo.
Cool.
Wii U.
And people that are looking for Matt, you can find him on Twitter @CPunkRocco7, and he is XMightyMatt14X on Xbox, so find him there. But we've got many awesome shows coming up the rest of the year, and we got some great stuff planned for next year. But until next time, gentlemen, we are out.
Bye.
See ya.